Welcome to the Oakley Podcast, Trucking, Business, and Family. This show is brought to you by Oakley Trucking, headquartered in North Little Rock, Arkansas. The purpose of this podcast is to communicate with Oakley owner-operators and their families by giving them up-to-date information concerning Oakley Trucking and the trucking industry, from business advice to safety updates to success stories. Also to give an insight to outside truck drivers that might be interested in joining the Oakley family. Hi, I'm Jeremy Kellett, Director of Recruiting here at Oakley Trucking, and I'm your host for this podcast. This is episode number 10. Today's podcast is we're going to talk to Vickie Chastain and Wendy Peaks. They both work in the recruiting department, and we're going to talk about everything from licensing and permits to trading trucks to pre-pass to the anniversary gift cards and even how to make the company calendar with your truck. So going to get to that in just a minute, but first, I sure want to thank you guys for listening, getting a lot of good feedback from everybody on the different episodes we've had. We've really had some good ones. We're always looking for some good ideas from you guys to send us to talk about what you want to hear, and we want to try to make that happen for you, because I say this on every episode. This is the platform to use to communicate with our owner-operators and their families on Oakley Trucking and business with Oakley Trucking. So keep that in mind and help us give me some feedback on what you want to talk about that's important to you. I guess let's get started here and introduce Vickie and Wendy. We got Wendy Peaks, been with us a long time at Oakley Trucking, and does all the licensing, permits, trading trucks, just a variety of things we're going to get into so y'all can understand what all Vickie does. And I'm sorry, Wendy, and also what Vickie does here too, to give us a little feedback. I know everybody's looking forward to the making this truck calendar. That's something that we hear a lot about too. So we're going to get into those in just a minute. But first of all, introduce Wendy Peaks. Wendy, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
And give us a little history on you, Wendy, real quick. Just how long you been at Oakley?
I've been with Oakley for 13 years now, working on 14.
Time flies, doesn't it?
It sure does.
What all have you done here at Oakley?
I started out as a receptionist, went to accounting, and now I'm in the permit licensing department and loved every minute of it.
You've done a little bit of everything. That helps.
Yes, sir.
Being in the payroll and the recruiting. Good. Mm-hmm. Got a family?
Yes, sir. Been married 31 years and
better get that right.
2 grown boys.
Oh, that's great. Hobbies?
Bowling.
I know. I knew you were going to say that. I know your hobby, but It's always good.
Yeah, I love talking about bowling.
That's fixing to crank back up, hopefully.
I hope so.
Good. Okay, Miss Vickie Chastain's with us today, too. I had to twist their arms, just so y'all know, to get them in here in front of these microphones. So they're doing a great job so far, though. And Vickie, what's going on with you? How long you been with us?
13 years in the recruiting department.
Nice. I can't believe it's been that long.
It has been. It's flown by.
It has, hasn't it?
It has, definitely. Very fast.
I know you got a little girl and a boy. He's out of school, though,
yes,
right?
He's 21 years old. Doing well. Fine young man. Very proud of him.
Good.
Have an almost 15-year-old girl. She's learning to drive, which is very stressful.
Are you teaching her?
Yes. Stressing me out.
It will do that. I can remember those days.
Yeah, it stresses her out. Like the other day, she almost had a wreck and we pulled over and she was like, I can't do it.
She's wanting to quit already. Yeah, I understand. Mm-hmm. And parents, I remember mine learning how to drive. I'm like, let's just forget it.
Yeah.
We'll carry you everywhere we need to go.
Exactly.
Don't worry about it. So. Well, good. Glad to have you guys with us. I appreciate you ladies coming on and giving us some insight of what's going on in the Oakley world pertaining with you and what you do. Let's start with Wendy. Wendy, where do you want to start at on this list here?
Well, let's start with trading trucks.
That's a good topic right there. There's a lot to that. So, we probably have how many truck trades every week or month?
Well, I've been averaging about 2 to 3 truck trades a week.
Yeah.
It's, they're getting here, noticing how much more money they can make and wanting to upgrade their trucks. And
well, at 860 trucks, you're going to have some truck trading going on every week. So I guess when we say trading trucks, I guess we need to tell them what you handle with that part of trading trucks, because a lot of guys think, well, just going to trade trucks is going to be easy, but it's not the case a lot of times with the paperwork.
No, sir, it's not. The first thing is I always send out an email, letting several people within the office know that this guy's looking at trading trucks, and letting the shop know so they can prepare out in the shop, get them on the schedule to either have stuff taken off their current trucks, adding stuff to their new truck, the Qualcomm, the decals, inspections, stuff like that. It needs to be scheduled.
First thing they need to do is, if they're even thinking about it, they need to call you.
Yes, sir. That would be a great thing to do.
Just to give you a heads up on what's going on. So you don't want them to show up here one day and, hey, I've traded trucks. What do I do?
Correct. That is correct, because, I need to talk to the dealership if they're trading in a dealership, because we've got to title that truck over in Oklahoma in order for me to get them a base plate. And some states, or some dealerships say, hey, we need to do the title work and we want to do it in this state. And I'm like, well, that's going to cause a problem, because Oklahoma requires an Oklahoma title on any new or new used truck purchase. So
you guys listen, if you're fixing to trade trucks, we're going to title it and tag it in Oklahoma. That's required for us to do, unless
they want to get their own tag.
Right. Okay. All right. So give Wendy heads up on that so we can make sure, because dealing with some of these truck dealerships are good to deal with, which are the ones that we refer you guys to, that we know we deal with all the time. So they're real good at working with Wendy. But some of them that you haven't worked with can be a pain, can't they?
Yes, sir, they can. They want to, they don't want to give up the title until they get funded. Well, they can't get funded if I don't get a title for them.
Yeah, it takes some coordination there with them and communicating with the finance company to get it done. So I know it. We've run into problems with that before.
Right. And, I can get the insurance switched from one truck to the other truck. I just need, verification of the year, make, VIN.
They don't need to do anything on insurance as long as they're leased on. They're still covered when they trade. They just have to call you with the VIN number.
That's correct.
Okay. Makes it simple. What else on trading trucks? Let's see. We need to make sure you tractor weight. That's been a big topic lately. And Wendy's going to get a tractor weight from all of our owner-operators and when you trade trucks. And we want to make sure we keep it under that required weight, which is different in every division. So be sure and contact me or your dispatcher with details on the tractor weight. Just get a good tractor weight. We've run into problems where people don't know what it weighs until they get here, and that's a major issue. So we won't get off on that too much, because that's a whole nother episode in the tractor weight. Okay, what else? Let's see. Insurance. Do we need to, on the tractor insurance, what's the say I'm already leased on, and I'm running my tractor here, and I've got insurance that's coming out every week. Do I need to do anything besides, make any changes?
Well, sometimes you want to lower the value of your tractor, because you don't want to over-insure your tractor. You just have to have at least what you owe up to the actual cash value of that tractor, because that's what the insurance company is going to pay you if you total that truck out.
So how often I need to do that?
That's up to you as an individual. I recommend yearly.
Because as we all know, the insurance, they're only going to pay the market value on the truck.
That is correct.
But we have gap insurance. So it's going to cover any gap that they have too.
That is true.
Okay.
And like if you've paid off your truck, you need to call me and let me know so I can remove that lien holder. Because if something did happen, that check's going to be cut to you and your previous lien holder.
Yeah, good point.
Or if you refinance your truck, I'm going to need copies of that new title so that I can remove that old lien holder and add the new lien holder.
Okay. Little things like that is what you got to think about when you become an owner-operator. There's all these little things out there that you got to think about. So changing the value on insurance.
Beneficiary.
Okay, yeah.
Sometimes I get married and I need to, change that beneficiary name.
That's right.
Or,
We also got to change that with you too, don't we, Vickie? If a marital status changes, they need to call us because that's well, you tell me what.
Well, Wendy and I, we work together. So if you call either one of us, we'll get it updated where we need to update it. But it affects your insurance. It affects your anniversary gift cards for your wives. If you don't call and let us know you got married, we don't know, and she doesn't get a card. And
same way as divorced, right?
Exactly.
That is correct.
Yeah.
They need to change all that. Same thing as address change.
Exactly. All of that kind of goes together and rolls around together. Emergency contact information.
Good point.
If you've still got your ex-wife as your emergency contact, we don't need to call her if something happens.
Correct. Yeah, so that's a good reminder of anything that changes. We need to call Wendy or Vickie and get it changed on our end. Address change, marital status change, beneficiary insurance change, anything like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Permits, we covered that. I know, Wendy, you cover that a lot when a guy goes through orientation with permits. We give them that permit book that's got everything in there, right?
They're all current permits whenever they leave out of the door.
So what does an owner-operator need to do after a certain period of time, and how long is that time? What do they need to do?
Well, we have several permits that expire throughout the year. So I would say, once every other month, every 3 months, just kind of glance through your permit book and see if, any of the permits have expired. And if they have one that expired, they can go out on the driver web portal. We post all new permits out there. We also email them out approximately a month before they expire. So they're either in their email or out on the driver web portal.
Okay, so we do email them.
Yes, sir.
The new permits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's good. And if they're available on the portal, then they just have to have a way of printing them out.
That's correct.
But some of these expire and change. So give me an example of something they might want to look at.
Hazmat permits.
Okay.
You have California hazmat, you have a United States hazmat, Colorado hazmat, and, they're all out there for them to pull up to print out.
Do they expire?
Different times of the year.
Okay, so it just depends on.
I wish they all expired at the same time, but they don't.
It would make it nice, wouldn't it?
It would make life a lot easier.
Anything else on the permit side of it, other than, I guess, the temps that we issue them when they lease on or when they trade trucks? They'll have to get their regular cab card and license plate.
That is correct. And I normally get if it's a new hire, I'll get them in about a week and a half to 2 weeks. Truck trades of about a week to week and a half, I'll have a new tag in. And, we've decided to start mailing the tags out when we get them into the office. But sometimes the dispatcher says, no, please hold this one. He's going to be through the yard. So, I'm in constant contact with them when I get a tag in.
So you're automatically mailing them out when we get them in then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good.
And also, tags for your trailers. We need to watch those tags on that trailer. If they start getting wore out or the paint starts peeling off of them, we need to get them replaced. We don't want, getting pulled over because the DOT officer can't read that tag.
What's the process of getting it replaced? What do they need to do?
They'll need to take the tag off of the trailer, and I can either fax or email them a temp if they're out there on the road. And it takes me about a week to week and a half to get those new tags in, and then I'll contact you to see how to get it to you.
Okay. So if they're out there, they look at it today and they're on the road, they need to let you know.
Yes, sir.
And then you'll tell them where to send it in, or we can get them a temp to keep going. Won't hold them up.
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Good. What about, let's I got some more stuff I want to talk to you about, Wendy, but let's change up real quick and talk to Vickie about these anniversary cards, because we've had some calls on these, and we just want to do a little bit of explaining, I think, on them. You want to kind of tell us first, Vickie, what, for somebody not listening, what are they?
Well, on your husband's anniversary, you will receive a gift card, $50 for each year that he's been here continuously. And it's a gift card. You use it at any store, just like your debit card. It has a chip in it, so you'll have to have the PIN number. But it's just an appreciation. It's Oakley's way of saying thank you. We appreciate what you do for us.
Yes. So they're mailed out every month.
Every month on their anniversary, the husband's anniversary month.
So if I've been here a year, this is pretty simple, but give you an example. I've been here a year. You're going to send my wife a $50 gift card. And if my anniversary is in the middle of the month, are you sending that out pretty close to my anniversary date, or are you kind of sending them just that month?
No, generally it's the end of the month, because it's a pretty lengthy process to get the cards ready, because we manually we make the cards and we make the actual card and then make the actual gift card here in the office. So it's a lengthy process. It usually is, generally all of them are mailed out at the end of the month.
Along with you mail out two things.
Yes, the first mail out will be the actual card. And then I usually wait about 2 days and mail out the PIN number.
And you got to have this PIN number.
Match it up to the card. Yes, you have to have them both. And the reason we mail them out separately is because if they have the card by itself, they're not going to be able to use it without that PIN number. So if they stole the card out of your mail, they can't use it without that PIN number. So we send them separately and make sure they don't arrive at the same day.
Okay.
In case there's an issue.
So if I'm going to steal the gift card, I need to wait a couple of days for the PIN to come in too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. They'd have to be checking your mail every day.
Got it. So what are some of the common problems you're seeing, or some of the calls you may get? I mean, I know we do so many of these. I guess I need to back up before I ask you that question. These gift cards are fantastic. I really, we kind of hate to let the cat out of the bag, because I don't want any other company stealing our idea. But this is a great deal that we send $50 a year on your anniversary date to your spouse. Second year is $100. It goes up $50 every year. So you can imagine the people that are here for a long time, they get a great gift card to the spouse just for them to spend. It is not for the owner operator that's driving the truck. It's for the spouse to have it and spend it. So it's something that Mr. Benny came up with and a long time ago, and we've done it for a long time. It's just a way of saying thank you to the spouses of owner operators here at Oakley Trucking, and so by doing that, we want to make it easy for you to use it. But I mean, with anything you do, the hundreds we do all the time, you're going to have some issues with it. So with this gift card, what are some of the common issues you've had, Vickie? I'm sorry.
The most common issue would be using it for more than the amount that's on the card. It will get rejected. Say if you have $50 on it and you try to purchase something for $100, you're going to have to pay that extra $50 first and get the balance knocked down to $50. So whatever your balance is, you cannot slide the card for over. You'll have to pay that remainder first and then slide your card.
And that's not something you can do at the same transaction, from what I'm understanding, right? So you know what I'm saying? If I walk up there with $100 item and I give them this $50 gift card, it's not going to.
No, I mean, you can't just automatically slide it. You'll have to pay your extra in cash or some alternate way. You'd have to say, ma'am, I only have $50 on this card, so I need to pay $50 in cash first.
Okay.
And then if they could take that $50 in cash off, and then you could slide your card for the remainder. But you would just have to pay the remainder above what's on your card first before you slide your card.
Well, I know it seems easy to get a gift card, but we've had a challenge getting gift cards. These gift cards done right, just so they're not floating out there active when we send them.
Yes, exactly.
Anything else? What else on that?
Just the zip code has been an issue because it's attached to our zip code here. I think Amazon has really been the biggest issue with that. Like whenever you online purchases, you would have to put in our address as the billing address on there. Or gas purchases, a lot of gas companies will ask you for the zip code, and you would have to put in our zip code here at the office, which I include a general little note in there with the basic information on it. And you can contact us at any time. We're always available. Well, during the weekdays we're available, or just, shoot us an email. Shoot me an email, Vickie Chastain. So it's bchastain@bruceoakley.com.
Ignore the number on the back of the card.
Yeah, absolutely. Do not call that number. That's a waste of your time. They will not help you. You need to contact either me, Jeremy, or Tommy. We
are your customer service.
Exactly. And we're glad to help you. Do not, I have a lot of wives that call and say, well, I didn't want to bother you. It's not call me. You're not bothering me at all.
Yeah, because we want it to work.
Yeah, exactly. We want you to use your money. If you have problems, call. And I might call you if I see that you're having issues. When I check what's the different, they'll give me an option where I can check and see what's been rejected. And I might call you and say, hey, are you having issues with your car? Let me help you out with this. So you're not bothering me at all. I'd rather call me if you're having problems.
Yeah, good. We definitely want it resolved. Speaking of that, which kind of leads into this, Wendy, is on these yearly leases that we're doing and getting guys to sign. We went to that DocuSign. Explain a little bit about that and maybe any issues with it, or I really don't know of any. I mean, it seems to be fantastic, but what do they need to know with the lease agreements?
DocuSign, I was so thankful when we went to that. It makes the leases so much easier because approximately about 2 weeks before your anniversary date, you'll get an email from me via DocuSign. Now, you will need to call me to get the PIN number because we change it up yearly. So the PIN number that works this year won't work next year. And
that's in your email. You tell them to call you.
Yes, sir.
Or who else if you're not available. Typically me or Vickie, I guess.
Right, and Allie Horn here in the office can also assist you with the leases also. But once you get into the document, it's just verifying the information and clicking where it says sign. And, just remember if you have our insurance here at Oakley that we provide for you, on the weekly deductions, you have occupational accident, not workers' comp. Workers' comp is for a driver for someone.
Is that a common mistake?
Yes, sir. That's the most common mistake, is making sure they mark the occupational accident and not workers' comp.
So if they're an owner-operator with us, it's going to always be occupational accidental insurance.
That is correct.
The only time it's not is if they are driving for an owner-operator, which is very few here, but we do have a few drivers for owner-operators.
That's correct.
Okay. And on the lease, anything on there that, no, we added the shirt order form on there.
Yes, we did. Tommy Mitchell decided to add that in. He came to me one day a few months ago and said, hey, do you think you could make a DocuSign for this? I said, oh, yes, sir. That's always an option. And that's been working out really well. And owner-operators have been getting their shirts on time. And
Yeah, that's helped a lot to be able to, that way they can choose what they want and put it on there. So put the size on there. And then we also, I know, are in the works of a website for all the company apparel. I was talking to Tommy about that last week, and he was talking about how IT department's working on a website to where they can go in there and order
just additional shirts if they want it.
Right, when they want it, you betcha. So anybody can, even we can. So hopefully that's coming up pretty soon. It's a plan anyway.
Cool.
Anything else on leases we need to cover? That's all. How about 2290s? That's fixing to crank up, isn't it?
Yeah, July 1st.
That's a bad word, wasn't it?
Yeah, me and Allie did a really good job last year knocking them 2290s out. It's just a phone call to one of us, and we'll assist you in doing it. We're on the phone maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and that 2290 is paid.
What do they have to have?
Make sure they have a credit card in front of them. because the online fee to express truck tax is $9.90. It's paid off a credit card or debit card. And we normally always verify that we still have your checking account correct. We'll verify the last 4 of your checking account because the $550 does come directly out of your checking account.
That's if you're talking about somebody that did it last year.
Yes, sir. If we've helped in the past.
Okay. Which most of the time we have.
Yes, sir.
Even if they're new guys, a lot of times you help them.
Mm-hmm.
But if they want to do it on their own, which a lot of guys do,
right,
they just need to choose is there a couple of websites I guess they can choose from?
There's several websites out there. The one that I do recommend because it's the most user-friendly website out there. There are some that are cheaper, but I do recommend expresstrucktax.com.
Okay.
And if we have helped you in the past, we always set up your passcode is all capital letters Oakley, then your tractor number. And so, but you're more than welcome to go in and change that password if you want to. Okay.
So they should be able to, if they just wanted to do it themselves, they can log into that website,
expresstrucktax.com.
Expresstrucktax.com. The passcode is capital Oakley and their truck number.
Correct.
And then it'll have, I guess, their federal ID number in there. To where they
just go in and say they want to duplicate last year's 2290, and then you'll just put my email address in there at the very end, which is W Peaks, and that's P as in Paul, EEKS at bruceoakley.com, and Express Truck Tax will automatically send me a copy of it.
When's the due date on this $22.90? When they need to start paying?
They can start pre-filing usually the last week of June if they want to, and it'll start coming out July 1st. And then the actual due date is July 1st. The last day to pay it is August 31st without penalty.
So they've got some time there to get it done.
They have 60
no need of waiting till the last minute and not having it paid. Tell them the importance of having this $22.90 paid for your position.
Well, I have to have that paid $22.90 and a good copy of that paid $22.90 in order to renew your tag at the end of the year.
So it makes life easier on Wendy if you get that $22.90 paid in a timely manner.
Right. Now, do not transflow it in because I won't be able to use that copy because it'll never get to me.
How do they need to get the copy to you?
They need to email me the PDF file that they receive in their email, or at the end of the process of paying the $22.90 online, they can put my email address in there as an additional email.
Okay. All right. Be here before you know it. So everybody think about that, getting those $22.90s. I know that everybody looks forward to that. Oh, getting those paid. Another payment to the IRS. Real quick, I guess we're about to run out of time here. Let's talk about let's talk about the calendar, Vickie.
Okay.
I would like to, I know a lot of people ask about this all the time. So for people that don't know anything about the calendar, tell them what we do.
We take what we think are the most suitable, that suits our company profile, basically. The 12 best pictures that the owner-operators have sent in through the year, which is very difficult because we get a lot of pictures. I mean, we're choosing 12 from probably over 100 every year of really good quality pictures. And it's a very difficult decision. I mean, we really struggle over it. We have them all laid out on the table and lots of eyes looking at them. I like this one. I like that one. So it's really difficult to choose these pictures. You guys are doing a great job.
What do we do with these calendars?
We mail them to all of the owner-operators, all of our customers, and many, many more people that request them. They're very popular.
I know. Probably, how many do you normally order when we do that?
Over 2,000.
Oh, my.
Yeah, and that's not been enough here lately. Yeah.
So if I want to make the calendar now, because I have got the best-looking truck out there, what's some tips on making the calendar? Because you're ultimately the ones that choose the pictures, or you choose the pictures that make it. So what do I need to do?
Take a good picture in front of some great scenery or one of the customer facilities. Really needs to be a good angle. We need to have your truck and your trailer in that picture in the background. So we need to really look at the angles of the pictures. Don't get odd things in there like porta potties and trash and just crazy things. Try to make sure there's nothing crazy in the picture because that's an automatic. I don't think so. And also, it just really needs to be a good all-around picture, the good angle.
Are most of them taken with their phones?
Oh, yeah, with your cell phones. Cell phones are, the publisher complains every year about the cell phones, but they do great, and that's all we have. I mean, you guys are taking these pictures. They're not professionally done, which I think is great. I mean, our calendar is made by our own operators. It's not made by a photographer out there taking pictures, which is really, I think it's a wonderful thing.
It's pretty special. I do like that, too. So get it in the right light. I guess that's important.
Right light.
It's like camera taking 101. Make sure you get the sun shining on it.
Exactly. Good angle.
Good angle. Good.
See the truck and trailer.
And the trailer needs to both
exactly.
be in it, right?
Uh-huh.
Weather. We've had some good weather pictures.
Oh, yeah. We've had some great weather pictures.
Okay.
It has to be a good, I would like y'all to email these to me. Would be the best option in the fullest format, the biggest, largest format available.
Okay.
Is a key thing as far as quality.
Because that way it's better quality to send to whoever makes the calendar.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys have done a fantastic job on getting good pictures to us. And those calendars now are a hot topic. They're a good item. Everybody wants one. And I got one in my garage. Y'all got one at home?
I do.
I have it right in my living room. Look at it every day.
Got to have that one. We get a request for it all the time. So keep them coming. So when is the cutoff, Vickie?
Usually I try to get them done right around October is when I really start pushing to finish them up. So we need the pictures in by the beginning of October.
Are you getting any in now?
Not
or
really.
They all wait till the last minute?
Yeah, I usually wait till the last minute. It'd be great to go ahead and start sending them back in. I mean, just let's get some pictures sent in, especially during the summer. The summer is really a great time to take pictures.
Yeah. So we need some of those start coming in, and then we'll weed through them, and hopefully you'll make the calendar. Anything you guys want to add? It's good stuff. Good information for our owner-operators. All good?
Free pass?
Oh, yeah, pre-pass. We didn't talk about pre-pass. Let's cover it real quick. We got time.
We have those new elite pre-passes. Owner-operators seem to really like those, especially the ones that run Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas.
That's the white one.
That's that white one. They don't like the size of that white one, but they like the benefits of it.
And what all does it do?
It covers all tolls in the northeast corner, which Oakley does pay for those. And then it also covers the tolls in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, California, and Florida.
Okay.
But, and the cost for that pre-pass device is $575 a week, plus any of the tolls that you run in those 5 additional states.
Which we'll know because we get the invoice on that
We get
tractor number.
Correct. We get the bill out once a month, and it does take us about 2 weeks to reconcile that bill, and then
we deduct it from their settlement.
That is correct.
For a month's worth
of tolls.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then we have the DriveWise now. If you don't want the pre-pass elite, you want to just go with the DriveWise. It covers scales only.
No tolls.
No tolls. So you would have to pay for those tolls up front if you do have that DriveWise. It runs through your OmniTracks. It gives you a lot of information. It'll tell you if a road is closed or if the toll passes or the scale pass is closed. They'll let you know, or if you're good to pass through. Or
so it runs through the Qualcomm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I don't have to add anything to my windshield.
Nope, nothing in your windshield. The cost of that would be $3.50 a week if you want to go that route. And if you have one of the black pre-pass devices and you want to get rid of it, give us a call and we'll get you set up on that DriveWise. So you can get it out of your windshield.
I guess that just replaces the black pre-pass box that does tolls only, and that way you don't have it on your windshield.
That is correct.
Okay. That makes it, that would be nice.
Or, well, it's the scales only. The black black device does do scales only.
Scales only. I'm sorry. Yeah. That would be especially for a lot of guys around here, around the regional area.
All of our local guys or local down in Louisiana that have that black device.
Okay. They just need to get with you on that?
Yes, sir. It's a phone call to me, 501-320-8434.
Easy enough. Okay. Well, good information today. I appreciate both of you ladies coming in here. I know you had the terrified look. You should have seen the look in their eye when I said, hey, let's get y'all in here in front of this microphone. But y'all did really good.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate y'all being here. And hey, to all our owner-operators, thank y'all for listening. Appreciate all you do for us. And if you got questions about this episode, give us a call. We'll be glad to answer any questions we can and get a little more detail to you. Look forward to next week's episode and have a good week. Thanks. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Oakley Podcast, Trucking, Business, and Family. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to rate or review the show in the podcast platform of your choice and share it with a friend. We love hearing from our audience, so if you've got a question, comment, or just want to say hello, head over to our website, theoakleypodcast.com, and click the Leave a Comment button. We'll get you a response soon and may even share some of the best ones here on the show. We'll be back with a fresh episode very soon. Thanks for listening.